winning power in order not to spoil their votes. So he would not waste his time on a fragmented political tradition. Well, Dr. Ndium may be given an indication that CPP may have no chance unless, of course, it combines with other parties. We'll go into the possibility of this and how effective it will be. And Dr. Ndium said those who support him financially, or those who supported him financially in 2008 elections, were ready to support him again only if there was unity in the tradition. If care was not taken, he said the activities of those who did not want to sacrifice to build an independent party would lead to the eventual death of the CPP tradition. So carrying on with the story, it has been working since 1992 to help build the CPP, but if it cannot work, what else can I do? That was a question from Dr. atta-kusi Ndium. And the chairman of the PNC, Alhaji Ahmed Ramadan, is also reported to have said that unity among the Nkrumah's groups would be a good thing, but described Dr. Ndium's statement as too extreme. Well, he said coming together should be a process and not an event. There are a few things that needs to be done for us to move on with the process. That was according to Alhaji Ahmed Ramadan, the chairman of the People's National Convention. Meanwhile, the 2008 presidential candidate of the CPP, Dr. atta-kusi Ndium, has dissociated himself from alleged bribing some executives of the People's National Convention to influence the intended merger of the two Nkrumahist parties. Allegations were made by Atiq Mohammed, a policy analyst of the PNC, who accused the former presidential candidate of the CPP of paying the said bribes to strangulate the PNC for his selfish interest. Although he failed to name the said presidential candidate, Atiq Mohammed said the matter would be addressed at the appropriate time. The names of those inducing its members will be made public.
Welcome to Focus. Giving your information we judge you need, and also a space for public discussion. Community Watch, only in Focus Africa.
Students have that, but I want to begin to see students asking for issues about the academia.
So who checks the administration? I'm still waiting for
when you say check the administration, what do you mean? You mean because you see, I will tell you something.
As our parents in location, local parents, you make sure students live up to the responsibility. And so in cases where students feel that they have some legitimate concerns that are not being addressed by administration,
I've just come.
Who makes sure the administration does it?
Let us see it.
Let's just say that these people eventually file for nominations, and then to the best of our knowledge, you don't campaign unless after you're a candidate. So eventually, when these people file for nominations, they become aspirants, and then these calendars and posters are still in place. What happens to them?
Well, but in your point of view, do you also see what they're doing as campaigning?
Do you see what they are doing as campaigning?
No. Do you see what they're doing?
And I'm asking you, do you see what they are doing as campaigning?
Asking me?
Yeah. Do you see?
Why would you want to? Why would you want to comment on that? I don't want to comment on that for now.
You are at the center of a potentially controversial situation.
I'll come there. I'll come to the studio where you have an interview, and all these things, like all these things will be elaborated when they start.
Well, okay, so it's still on 94.3 Focus FM. This is your Community Watch. So you can join us here via 1406. You type F, leave a space, and follow with your message. 1406, type F, leave a space, and follow with your message. And how possible it is in the near future for any party to displace the MPP or the NDC? You can tell us what you think. 1406, type F, leave a space, and follow with your message. This will be up for discussion in a short while on your Community Watch on Focus 94.3.
Welcome to
Focus
FM.
A lot of my friends listen to it at work.
You want it tomorrow? We made it today.
I just don't grow tired of listening to it.
To
Focus. I love you the max.
something happened.
But we do have online Halidu Ibrahim from Radio University, the University of Ghana, to tell us exactly what the situation there is. After yesterday, we were told by the SRC that there was no official communication to them of a review in the grading system. Halidu, what is the situation there now?
Well, we tried yesterday. That was yesterday night. I tried speaking to the authorities. I actually called. I called Mr. Amati. I called Mr. Amati. He's with the Academic Affairs Directorate, Academic Board. He's part of them. So when I called him, he told me to call the Pro-VC by trying all my efforts to speak to him prove futile. So we are still trying our best to get the appropriate authorities to react on this issue, to find out whether it's true and how they are going to do it and stuff. But talking about the SRC, I've not really spoken to them today. Today I've not really spoken to them, but I'll be doing that tomorrow, or I'll probably after this one I'll call them to find out exactly whether they've been there and what's the situation like.
Okay, but for the number of students on campus, may not be sizable, but do they all have the notice of such a report?
Well, some of them, I know, because talking about the distance and the sandwich course students, it's like majority of them, because they are having their exams, so they are not really focused on those things, you know. But with the regular students, like the information has trickled to them, you know, university extends to some parts of Accra, so which means the information has trickled to them. I even have some friends who have to call me to find out whether it was true, and I went like, oh, you are trying to find out whether it's true. You are trying to find to take the reaction of the authorities. So that's the issue for now. It's like the issue has trickled down to some quarters of the students, but not really all of them.
Okay. So you follow up on that as we get to you to give us the details.
Okay, so I'll try to speak to the SRC press secretary after this one, so that to find out exactly what's happening.
Okay, thank you very much, Halidu Ibrahim, with Radio University and the University of Ghana, Legon. The SRC says they have no official communication from the University Authority that there's been an upward adjustment or a review in the grading system. It was reported that students will require to score grade A, to score a mark of 80% before they are awarded the grade A. Right up from 70%, it's jumped up to 80% in the University of Ghana. Right here on the campus of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Mr. Daniel Kumijan, who is the Assistant Registrar in charge of examination, says the University of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology has no intention of following in the direction of the reported increase in the grade of the University of Ghana. So he says that the Kenya University has a different grading system from this university stock of the University of Ghana and the University of Cape Coast in particular. So we were maintaining our own. So no cause for alarm. It's 6 minutes after 8. You're still on Community Watch on Focus 94.3. In a short while, we'll be discussing Dr. atta-kusi Indium's claim or threat to not to be a part of the CPP's 2012 activities till a merger is secured with the PNC. Now, details have been given to you on your Community Watch. What we're going to try to look into is to seek expert opinion on whether or not this merger would be possible and how effective will it be in respect of displacing the MPP or the NDC. We're joined online by Ben-ephson. He's a poster and the managing editor of the Daily Dispatch newspaper. Ben, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, Ben, the CPP has been actually trying to secure a merger with other Nkrumah's parties like the PNC. How possible is this and how effective will this be?
I mean, once the CPP and PNC are united, they'll present, a strong force. I mean, not enough to win the elections, but to be like the Liberal Party in Britain. And I can tell you that elements in both NDC and CPP NDC and MPP are afraid of the two parties getting together. So as much as possible, they do their best to keep them apart.
What do you mean by they do their best